let's go over the most important characters in One Piece and how difficult it would be to put them in live action and make the fans of the particular source material happy. Some will be easy, like this guy. Some will be kind of difficult, like this little guy. So let's go through the list over here, besides the obvious ones. They're all pretty easy. Okay, so Law. Law is an important character pretty far in the future from where they are now in the live action. I'd say that you can make him regular size. He usually is a taller guy per se, but his main features are him being relatively thin and with a really cool hat and a really distinctive looking wardrobe. So you can do him in live action pretty well. So there's no issues with Law at all doing him in live action. Nico Robin is pretty close to where they're at now. If you go right into the Alabasta arc, she's pretty close by there. Maybe the next season should end with them getting Nico Robin aboard the ship. So, like, she's an important character, and getting her right is super important because she is very important overall to the crew going forward. There's a lot of actresses who can play the part. The main thing that is distinctive about her is that she's relatively slender and very, mature for the crew compared to everybody else. Chopper, I think in the end will be CG. I would laugh my ass off if he was like a puppet. I would laugh my ass off if he was a puppet. But I think in the end he'll be CG because he has other forms to him. So I believe that he'll be CG in the end because it's just easier that way from what he does in the future. He has like a bigger body, but reindeer. He's a giant monster form. Yeah, just do him CG. Just put end of the day, just make him CG. Ace, of course, will obviously be a live action person. Um, his distinctive features are like he's chiseled. He has the ace thing about him. Flame powers is really cool there. I think you get a really handsome actor to play him as well to make when the thing happens later on even more impactful. So yeah, so you can do him in live action pretty easily. Trust me, I'm getting to the hard stuff. Speaking of which, Brooke. Oh my God, Brooke is way, 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 way later, bro. But the features obviously are him being a super, super tall skeleton. Um, if I was live action, I would change Brooks' appearance, keep him relatively the same in terms of powers. He's a swordsman, he's a musician, but he has the ability to possess things. So you can keep the powers, but the look has to change. So I don't know how you do it, but you got to change him to something different. Will I think he'd be live action or CG? I think he will be live action, but with a modified look. That's even way, way later on than him. So don't. Yeah, I'm not even talking about that name now. Okay. Um, After the Alabasta arc, you get Frankie. So Frankie, um, relatively muscular looking kind of person. Uh, I'm very curious to see how they're gonna play off his thing with the underwear near the end of the arc. It's a very distinctive feature that I remember even now. That in order to get him to board the crew, they had to essentially blackmail him, dangle a carrot, and use his underwear to get him aboard the crew, the ship. I wonder how they're going to play that off. That's going to be really interesting. So I want to see how that plays out there. But the main problem with this guy, holy shit, he is a cyborg, and he is flesh looking on the outside, but on the inside he's all metal, essentially the Terminator. But he can manipulate his body into various parts and like take all parts of his body and make it into chains and fire things out of his mouth like a laser beam or a cannon, things like that. So he is super animation only. Super. So when it comes to the live action one, you can try making him look live action, but his effects will be definitely CG. So it's not impossible, but yeah, it can be done. Oh boy. Um, I was thinking about a lot about this before I started recording. Edward Newgate, his features are being super gigantic fucking building story tall. Old man, super long. His features, of course, being super huge. Great six pack, that kind of stuff there. Distinctive, really cool abilities. But the thing is, there, his laugh, get that laugh. Um, how do you do him in live action that won't piss the fans? My thing is, I don't know who you hire for as an actor, but I think for the character himself, I don't know how you do it, but like if you want to do a CG, you can to make him really stand out because he's not going to be around for the longest per se. But you could do live action. You could have an actual actor play him, who's ripped and everything like that, and the relatively same size as everybody else. You could do that one as long as you keep the trademark mustache correctly, and you get his outfit right there. I think the fans won't be that pissed off. So if he comes in there, I don't like in the animation. He does pick up people and throw them around like a rag doll because of his immense size. So you probably can't do that in live action, but you can take that stuff out and he'll be all right. Remember, his name is Whitebeard, not Tallbeard. He could be Whitebeard and have something else, so it's not that bad. Don Flamingo. Oh my god. Uh, I think of all people, he needs to be CG. It's weird, but I say that because not only is his characteristics being super duper ultra tall, but he does quite often pick up people and throw them around. That's one of his character traits. His ability of a shrink flute, and he likes to like make things out of string, make you into string, make the ground into string, build into the string. Yeah, his thing is being super lanky, super tall. Um, I don't know how you do that in live action. That's a big question mark. The big selling point of Don Flamingo is being a relatively super tall, skinny guy. Um, I don't know how you do that in live action. I think if I was the crew at Netflix or on the set of the who makes this one, I would make him regular live action. Keep the cool looking, pompadour looking outfit and the same hair color style, that kind of stuff there. Make him regular size because his outfit alone it stands out enough. You don't need to make him super tall. It's like OD, but like you can make him regular. I would make him regular size, like Arlong essentially, but distinctive look. So yeah, it's okay. Jinbei, definitely Fishman. You could definitely do him in live action with a suit. That's it. His powers of water, that kind of stuff. There, it's possible to do him in live action. Just get a suit actor. It's not really a big deal. Once again, in the anime, she's super tall. Do they have the height here? Just age. Um, S blood type. What the fuck is that? That was A B O only. Anyway, what's his F? I don't care anymore. She's super tall in the manga, like a certain model. So Gal Gadot would probably be a good Boa Hancock. Because she's tall and slender. That's the main characteristics of Boa Hancock, other than her bulbous. So you can do her in live action. Absolutely, you could. Just don't. You can't have her be super tall because most girls aren't really that tall and look like this. If Gal Gadot is going to play her, get some padding. Get some implants. Important to the character of Law is Don Quixote. Not there for that long. You don't need to get his height right. The thing about these characters, like in the anime, they're super tall for no fucking reason, bro. They did him right. They did him good. So about regular guy. Who look out there? Ugh, not difficult to get into live action. Oh boy, this is gonna be hard. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Super late. That's like 800 chapters later on. This character very important overall to the plot of the One Piece character, especially in the Big Mom arc. So she will be not suit acted 100%, but makeup. I think if you put makeup on someone with a blonde wig, you can make Carrot correctly. But the other form of Carrot, much more different, much more rabbit looking. Um, you probably have to do CG with that one. She's not really that long. It doesn't really talk, I believe, the other form. So you can do this. You can do Carrot. Makeup and a little suit work will be fine. Important, super important to the crew in the VB arc, Alabasta, if you will. Um, you can do him. You can do him pretty much correctly. It's not shouldn't be that difficult. That's too damn recent. I'm not doing this guy. It's too damn recent. Too damn recent. There we go. Um, Crocodile, being tall is one of his traits, but it's not super important. He does hook Luffy and make him bleed out, but that can be changed for the live action, so he doesn't really need to be that tall. His main look is suave looking, like a big giant coat, and of course the Mark's brush space there. Doesn't need to be that tall. It's a bonus feature in the manga, like a lot of other characters. Piranha, you can do her in live action, not that difficult. She's regular size, statuesque. Only to Whitebeard's crew. You already did it. Rayleigh. Once again, in the anime, manga, he's super tall. You don't need to be that tall for the freaking live action one. He has a distinctive look to him, the hair, the robe. He can be done in live action. This is not going to be easy. Marshall Teach, I would say difficulty 7 out of 10. You don't need to have the gaps in his teeth there. The you need to have that in there. Big man, big size. You can find a black guy or whatever to be that size. It's super hard though. The way Blackbeard actually looks. But yeah, it's not impossible to make Blackbeard in live action. So yeah, it shouldn't be that difficult, but like it is difficult, but not that difficult to make him in live action. He is super taller than the rest, but like I said, the height thing's a bonus in anime. It's for appeal. It's not really for anything other than like visual stuff there. So it's not impossible. It's way too late. Kuzan, he's super tall in the actual anime. Once again, just scale him down. It'll be alright. They keep the blue thing for his ice power, so that's fine. He doesn't need to be that tall like a basketball player or whatever, but yeah. Once again, keep the color suit their yellow so we know about the light powers. But he's super tall in the live action one. In the anime to make him stand out. Doesn't need to be that way. Smoker, relatively same size there. Green, white, and yellow are his colors. It doesn't need to be that way. I don't even know if we're going to have him in live action because it's smoking stuff. So we'll see what happens there. Once again, another super tall guy, but his colors are mainly red, yellow, and orange. So it doesn't really need to be that way. His outfit and his powers are really unique, so it doesn't really need to be that way. And now that could be kind of challenging, this guy, because of the lobes in his ears. That could be different. It's not impossible, but it could be done. So overall, I'm looking at here, the cast of One Piece is not relatively that difficult to do in live action. You just need, oh god, this fucking guy. Oh my god. He's a hulking monster of a human being. He's just too damn big. If you do him in live action, I think it would be best if he was as huge as he was in the actual anime. It would be best if he was like that, because his presence being massive is a big deal. And him like touching people with his hand and blowing them away, it's important to be that size and blowing people away, so the size matches the character. So that's very important. But most characters could be done in live action. That's it for now. Clack off.